Hello, my beloved souls. It is Divine Feminine Friday. So, new moon in Virgo. What does that mean for all of you? I am curious to know. Virgo is the beautiful earth sign, right? Really grounding. Virgo the Virgin. There's a lot of innocence around Virgos. I have a lot of Virgos in my life. They work really hard. They grind really hard. They love puzzles. They love riddles. Um, so it can be kind of difficult to get a straight answer from them from time to time. They'll talk in circles because they don't like to always expose themselves. But if you pay attention, it's kind of like poetry, right? Read between the lines. Shadow side of Virgo is they can be a little hypercritical, right? Really self-critical, very judgmental, mainly of themselves, though, right? Like just putting themselves on a pedestal or having this like far out the galaxy like bar that they're trying to reach, and you're like, why exactly are you trying to do all of that? Like, who are you comparing yourself to, right? So we just want to be really mindful of that during this time. We're not comparing ourselves to people unnecessarily. We're not judging ourselves. We're not being too harsh on ourselves. We're not being too critical on ourselves. And if you have strong placements in Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or even Cancer at this time, this transit is really going to highly affect your energies, right? So just check out where those signs may fall in your birth chart and just see where this is going to play out. It's not just about the Virgo sun sign, right? What's your moon, what's your rising, what's your ascending, right? Where's your north node at, right? Checking out your birth chart is really, really, really dope. So anyway, my beautiful Divine Feminine Collective, I just saw 1:44 on the clock. I want to see what this new moon in Virgo's got for you. We're going to do the Divine Feminine Oracle as always, and then we're also going to pull from the Earth Magic and the Gateway Oracle to see what Gaia, what Luna all have to say for you. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for being here with me in the Divine Feminine Collective. What do they need to know? What do they need to see for this new moon in Virgo? Did you guys see that? Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I'm not going to take all of these because it's just way too many. Um, I am going to take this one, though, because it was sliding off of the top. Let me see if any other messages want to come out, because that was like a book. I'm not doing that. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we got, ooh, Lilith, the first woman. Fierce. Fierce, fierce, fierce energy. You know you got to be fierce when you walk out of Eden because your divine counterpart is doing the most. That's hilarious. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. I choose the life that I desire to live. Lilith is literally the first woman that had incarnated on Earth with Adam, right? And they were placed into Eden, but Adam wanted her to be subservient, and Lilith was like, "When and how? Like we got here together, we incarnated together. You're the same as me. We might look a little differently, but I'm not less than you." And so she dipped out. She was like, "I'd rather do it on my own than be stuck with someone who doesn't see or know my worth." Right? And so that's where we're at in this energy. It's like, no, this is about knowing your worth, knowing your power, knowing where you stand, knowing your own divinity, and taking no shorts, not even from someone who's supposed to be your divine counterpart, right? This is about you coming to full balance with yourself, standing in your power, standing in your truth, right? Being authentic, being vulnerable, being raw, being pure, being powerful, being beautiful, being magnetic, being the divine feminine. I love that. And then we got Thekla, the prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. This is a really strong energy that's coming in this week for everyone as far as this Virgo new moon, right? About regaining our power. We just came from Leo season, right? The lion, another lioness that you see, and that is the traditional card of the strength in tarot, right? So that's about getting our inner power back, our inner strength, knowing our worth. And this is the same energy, right? Really knowing your worth, right? Taking that energy that we just got from Leo season and embodying it, really grounding it into our field, into our awareness, into our own DNA, and knowing who and whose we are at a soul level, right? And calling your power back to yourself every single night is so important, right? We go out throughout the day, we're exchanging energies with people, or maybe there have been places, people, or situations in which our power is taken away from us, right? Or we've allowed our power to be siphoned. And this is about reclaiming the energy. I call my power back to me from all people, places, and things in all directions in time and space across all galaxies, realms, and directions. And so it is now, now, right? And get your power back. Just reclaim all your energies, right? So that you're coming into this world whole and complete and loved and self-empowered and in alignment with your own sovereignty and knowing your own innate divinity. Okay? Beautiful. And of course, to the divine feminine, you got the divine feminine, the cosmic egg. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever expanding love, right? You hold the universe within you. What are you creating right now? What are you giving birth to? What is lying within your energetic field, right? What are you nurturing at this time to bring forth within that beautiful divine feminine energy? And the divine feminine energy, which I love, right? This beautiful, the reds and the golds here, but that's our sacral chakra, right? So between the root chakra, which is red, and the gold, which is our solar plexus, is that delicious orange, right? And our sacral chakra, that's our creativity, our sexuality, our sensuality, right? The divine feminine essence. That's what we create and we tap into the energies and we become our own muse even, right? So what are you doing with this energy, right? What are you creating right now? This power is here to support. This power is here is holding space for, right? Freya, the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes, right? We're discerning everything through our heart chakra, right? Knowing the difference between the voice of our soul and the voice of our ego. Standing in our truth, standing in our power, standing in our yeses, and standing in our nos, right? No is a complete sentence, right? Understanding that we have the ability to say no, and you don't always have to sacrifice just because someone is asking it of you, right? If you don't have the energy up for it, then it could be a no, right? And sometimes people might get offended by that, but why are they offended? Because you're prioritizing your own health, your own well-being, your own mental space, your own emotions. No, no one should be upset with the fact that you're honoring yourself, that you're loving yourself, that you're pouring into yourself and having to take care of yourself. Because guess what? What can you do with an empty cup? Nothing, right? You need to make sure that your cup is full and people are getting the overflow, right? You need to know if you have a divine counterpart that they're pouring into your cup and you're pouring into each other's cups, that there's no holes being siphoned at the bottom, right? There's no leaks in our cups. We're pouring into each other, right? We're not just taking from each other. How often do we, as divine feminine, show up in this world and we give 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 and we forget to receive, right? So this is about allowing your cup to be filled from the Most High and allowing the overflow to spread out within your tribe and your community and into your projects, right? But that your cup is never empty, divine feminine. Your cup is never empty. And you know that because you're filtering through your heart, right? We're not allowing the ego to make the choices anymore. The ego tries to keep us safe. It's there for a reason, right? Tigers in the bushes, lions in the safari, trying to make sure that we're on point. But we're not living in that world anymore for the most part, right? We're living in a world where it is safe for us to be inside. We can walk by a bush and not be attacked by a wild animal for the most part. Not everywhere in the world, but for the most part, that's where we're at right now, right? So we can put down our guard a little bit, right? We don't have to live from a place of fear. We can be all that we were created to be as children of the Most High God, and God is nothing but pure divine love. So we're using the heart to filter through all of those energies, okay? This is the ultimate love card, right? Sarah La Kali. She is known as the daughter of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, queen of the outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be in love. This is you, divine feminine. You are the flesh and blood embodiment of love, right? You are love in the flesh, just walking through this world, just being your beautiful, high vibrational, divine feminine self and radiating this love and allowing the love to be radiated back to you. And if you're not there yet, that is what you're being moved towards, right? Learning to love on yourself. And yes, you might feel like an outsider sometimes because of your beliefs or your goals or the shift that you're moving into, right? We're moving into a space where the divine feminine is arising again on this planet, and that's not comfortable for everyone and it doesn't look good to everyone. I know I was raised in a Christian background, and to my community, right? I'm an outsider, right? They all think that I'm going crazy. Like, well, she talks to angels and she, she's a pastor now and she believes in all this stuff. And yeah, I talk to angels and I work with Isis and I work with Mary Magdalene, I work with Yeshua and I work with Osiris and I'm dealing with angels and I'm dealing with fairies, I'm dealing with dragons and because it's all God's creations, right? And I'm connecting with the animals and I'm connecting with the insect realms and I'm getting my messages and getting all these dope downloads and I'm energetically sensitive, right? And so that looks kind of freaky to some people, but I don't care anymore, right? Because my messages are coming from something outside of the egoic realm, outside of this 3D realm. I'm getting my cup filled up from heaven and it's never empty. So you may have a problem with it, but the only thing they really have a problem with is that I'm no longer allowing people to poke holes in my cup, right? I'm no longer allowing it to be siphoned out. It's only the overflow that everyone's receiving. And that's pure love, pure love. No matter where I go, I'm showing up in love. I'm being love, right? And if there are times where I'm feeling critical or judgmental or I'm out of alignment with that, then I have to shift and check myself and get myself back on path, back on the path of love, right? Looking at everyone through the eyes of love. And that can be a hard thing to discern sometimes, right? Especially as the divine feminine, because we see people so often through the eyes of heaven. But we have to remember that we're here on earth, right? Which is Virgo energy. It's here to remind us, like, yes, it's good to see, have the higher perspective and to see things through the 5D, but remember where you're at, right? You're incarnated here in this physical body for a reason, right? Love people through the eyes of heaven, but place them where they belong in this 3D realm as you move along your path, all right? There's nothing wrong with that. And the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Once again with the ego, right? The ego is there to keep us safe. It serves a purpose, right? It serves a purpose. The ego is going to have you take action sometimes when you're a little bit scared, or the ego can freeze you, right? You have to be really discerning with it. But honoring the ego, giving it a voice, holding space for it is really important, right? It's really important at this time to just understand like it serves a purpose. It has always served a purpose, just like your soul is serving a purpose. Your soul is on an eternal long game, right? The ego's on the short game, right? So it's about bringing those things into balance, bringing the light parts of you and the dark parts of you into balance, and knowing that they make you whole, right? You are perfect in the eyes of the divine, right? So it's about us not judging ourselves and thinking that we're less than. No, we're not less than because of our shadow. We're not less than because of our darkness. We're not less than because of our ego. It's a part of us that we need to just deal with, heal, acknowledge, run with, give space to, right? So thank you, beautiful Gaia, for being here with me in the Divine Feminine Collective. Love you so much. What do we need to know for this beautiful new moon in Virgo? What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What, okay. What messages do you have for this Divine Feminine Collective? That's hilarious. Bottom of the deck, Lake Stillness. Not surprising because this is the Virgo energy, right? Of the hermit, the traditional Tarot. It's about being still, being quiet, going in to find our answers, right? Within is within our soul. We're not listening to the egoic mind telling us that we should be scared or fearful or do it this way, do it that way. No, we get still. Those drop just so you can see this. I can't. But we get still so that we can trust in our higher self, right? So we're getting the messages from our highest self and not from our ego self. And we only can really hear clearly within the silence when we turn off the noise of the world around us. Okay? We're clearing and healing karma, right? We're doing this healing at a DNA level. Our past lives and all of the things that we've learned passed down to us through our DNA, right? We come in with that. That's our memory bank. That's our past life memories. And not just ours, but also our ancestors. So we're cleaning up the karma from ourselves, from our ancestors, based on gender, based on race, based on culture, right? We're doing all this deep healing work. And I love this, right? It's like the Khalees says. So we have all this deep healing work going on within us. So you're doing a lot of karmic clearing. And that's not easy always, right? To try to overcome a belief or clear an old paradigm that you not even have a conscious awareness of, right? It's so ingrained within us that we feel like it's just a part of us. So you showing up and doing this deep, deep work at a DNA level is really going to shift things. And your ancestors and your guides are really here to support you for this deep healing and clearing work. It may not be easy, but it's totally worth it, right? We got music was the first card that popped out, right? So maybe this is just time for you to start singing your own song, right? Hearing the sound of your voice, hearing the music within you. And some of you, it's going to be you creating your music, right? Finally, like doing it, finally just putting it out there, right? Done is better than perfect. Bringing some harmony into your life, bring some music. The Divine Masculine just got a card. They got dance, right? Celebrating, like maybe put some music on while you're cleaning, while you're cooking, while you're just going through your day. Really just enjoying every part of the music and the harmony in your life. Getting messages through music, right? Hearing different sounds and frequencies are going to be really important to you, right? Maybe getting some binaural beats and putting that on and just playing it in the background, right? For self love, for self worth, for prosperity or abundance, whatever it is that you might be working on at this time. And once again, sanctuary, cave, right? That was like the lake with the stillness. This is about going within, taking the time to hear your own voice, right? To hear the voice of your soul, right? Get really clear and quiet, drowning out the noise of the world. Again, this is new moon in Virgo. Virgos are the hermit card, right? They go off alone to be one with their own energies, right? They're not afraid of the darkness because they're walking with a lantern. So this is about you remembering your own inner light and taking that time to yourself to get clear about what it is you want, right? Just hearing your own thoughts at this time, hearing the thoughts from your heart. And breathe. Get outside, connect with nature, connect with Gaia. Get out into nature, right? Go for a walk in the park. Hug a tree, get your feet in the ground, right? Get some earthing, maybe garden, bring some plants into your house if you're not able to do that, right? You can always bring nature inside with flowers and plants and pictures. You can go on YouTube and look up freaking shamanic sounds, the sounds of the forest, like whatever you got to do, but take some deep, calming breaths, right? Even if it's just 3 deep breaths that you give yourself throughout the space of the day, it'll just help you calibrate you, right? And bring you back into the present moment. Really important during this and showing people doing your duty, showing up, standing in your power, remembering how powerful you are, divine feminine, right? Remembering that you are stoic, that you got it, just like a mountain. You are stronger than you think that you are. Oftentimes, you guys don't give yourself enough credit. So, standing in your truth, right? And having, I like the fact that it's some people because it reminds me of just having like a really solid team around you, right? A really solid, strong team around you that's just going to hold you down. That when you start to feel fall off course or you start to get scared, your people got you, right? So look at your tribe. Who's around you right now to support you? Who's around you right now that's standing in their truth? That's maybe a guiding light for you in the middle of your own darkness. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for these beautiful messages that are coming through for the Divine Feminine Collective. Can I get some final messages for the Divine Feminine Collective as we deal with this beautiful new moon in Virgo? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? All right. I always feel when I need to stop shuffling. There we go. Wow. Embarking on an adventure. I savor the wonders of the world. So opening your heart, opening your mind, right? Really just putting yourself out there, going to have some more fun, right? Like, what can you do to bring adventure into your life? I love the fact that there's a hot air balloon. It also looks like a desert, but it's also like showing me a beach. So can you go to the beach? Can you go for a ride? Can you go to the amusement park with little hot air balloons? Like, where are you seeing these things at, right? Can you go for a day trip? Maybe you want to go on a staycation, whatever that is, right? Opening your heart, maybe going on a scavenger hunt with your kids, whatever that means for you, right? Looking deeper, seeing below the surface level of things, right? The ego doesn't do that. The ego keeps us up top, surface level, right? Vanity, shallowness, whatever. This is your heart. This is your soul connecting. This is you realizing that in you, within you, right? Within your DNA, within your your whole structure. There are these gifts and these talents. And sometimes we just got to dig a little deeper to bring that stuff back up to the forefront so that we remember what we've always known as a soul, right? You remember your gifts, you remember your talents, you remember your skills, you remember your passions and your dreams, right? And now those things are being activated for you. I'm really supported at this time. Planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul, right? Seeds of grace. Not seeds of fear, not seeds of anger or resentment or gossip or jealousy or defensiveness, but seeds of grace. So what are you putting into your garden right now, right? What are you planting? What do you want to grow? Abundance, is it prosperity, is it love, is it healing, is it peace, is it harmony? Be really clear. New moons are about manifestations, right? So be really, really clear. Look, manifesting dreams, right? Once you're clear, look at the cornucopia that comes. But you have to be clear, right? You do your due diligence. You clean up your garden. You get the rocks out. You get the weeds out. You make space for it. You're got the hole, right? You're making a path to plant these seeds. And then you allow the universe to do what it's got to do to the seed while it's in the ground so that you can manifest your goals, your dreams, and your desires and live life happily ever after. So beautiful. And letting go. Yep. I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. Trusting the path that you're on. Trusting the universe to guide you to where you need to go. Allowing your path to unfold and not trying to hold on to it and grip it, right? We cannot know everything always. The world is infinite possibilities. You can't think of every scenario. So instead of living your life as if the shoe is going to drop at any moment, live your life knowing that whatever you're in direction is exactly where you're meant to be. And it's going to serve your highest and greatest good. So beautiful. Look at you, divine feminine, revealing your radiance, right? I feel like that's so close to this, right? My light illuminates the world. That is who you are. The divine feminine. Shining bright, right? A rare treat, a gift. And you're here to shine your light. That's all you have to do in this world as a light worker, as a divine feminine, is just shine your light. Not worry about the darkness, not worry about fear. Just stand in your power and shine your light. Darkness cannot exist where light is. All you have to do is show up and be you. Change the game, change the vibration of the room. And launching your journey. Look at this. Like masculine and feminine energy to me. So coming into balance. I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe, right? For some of you, you may be traveling, right? That might be in the forefront. You may be relocating, going to a new location. Ooh, we're embarking on an adventure when we first started, right? But not being afraid to move forward, not being afraid to take these steps, just moving forward, right? Trusting your power, knowing that like you may try something and it may work, it may not work, but taking that courageous step anyway and knowing the universe has your back. And if you're redirected, it's so that you can learn, so that you can grow, so that you can be protected. Nothing is ever lost, nothing is ever wasted in this universe, right? So really just having faith in the path that you're on and knowing that everything you need will be added unto you, right? You see there's only two bags here because you don't need to bring all that baggage with you, right? You want to bring like an empty suitcase so that you can collect little knickknacks along your way. Look at everything that I've got in my travels of life, right? What are you picking up? All the skills. Are your bags full of the past and the pain and the trauma? Or are you making space in these bags for the wonders, for the joy, for the abundance, for the love, right? You have so much beauty ahead of you, divine feminine. If you step into your power, if you allow yourself to be the full divine feminine that you are, this beautiful, vibrant light, right? The lighthouse that is guiding ships safely to shore, if they should so choose. You are that, right? All you have to do is stand in your power. All you have to do is be the light. All you have to do is remember and whose you are, right? I'll leave that there. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I shall see you guys soon. Later.